pale dawn spills across the stones, like light returning to old bones. The river winds through silent land, without a map, without command. The willow leans beside the shore, like it has listened years before. And every ripple moving slow feels like a truth I used to know. I spent so long afraid to feel, like numbness made the hurt less real. But frozen ground beneath the snow still hides the seeds that wait to grow. And the river remembers every stone, every ember, carrying pieces of the sky, even after they've gone by. I don't need to erase every shadow, every trace. Maybe healing isn't clean, maybe it flows in between. The pine trees hum beneath the breeze, a quiet kind of honesty. They never rush to lose the dark, they simply wait and guard the spark. The thunder rolls beyond the hills, yet morning always follows still. And maybe all the nights I feared were only teaching me I'm here. I don't know where this path will bend, or what survives beyond the end, but the stars still cross the sea without needing certainty. Maybe every wave that broke was trying hard to keep me open up, destroy me. Maybe every winter wind was clearing space beneath my skin to restore me. High up the valley after rain, still echoing with old pain, but alive. And the hardest thing to trust is the heart can crack apart and still survive. Yeah, the river remembers every fire turned to embers, every scar beneath the tide still carries life inside. I don't turn away when the gray skies choose to stay, 'cause every storm I wandered through left behind another view. And somewhere beneath the endless flow, I think I'm finally learning to let go. The storm has passed beyond the hills, but rain still lingers on the fields. Tiny mirrors in the dirt, holding both the light and hurt. The clouds drift slowly toward the sea, like heavy thoughts leaving me. And every breath the morning brings feels soft harder than remember things. I used to fear the sound of change, like peace would only rearrange the cracks I tried so hard to hide beneath the calm I wore outside. But the sky after thunder feels somehow even wider. Every lightning scar above still makes room enough for love. I don't need to run from who I'm becoming now. Maybe broken things can shine when they stop hiding from the light. The meadow bends beneath the breeze without resisting what it needs, and wildflowers bloom through stone like fragile hearts still finding home. The river doesn't curse the rain for overflowing in the pain. It simply carries what it can and keeps on moving toward the end. I don't know if wounds will fade or if some echoes always stay, but the stars still cross the dark without forgetting how to spark. Maybe every storm I knew was slowly clearing out the view before me. Maybe every sleepless night was teaching me to trust the light that found me. I'm a coastline after waves, still reshaped by what remains, but breathing. And the hardest truth to learn is healing doesn't mean you stop feeling. Yeah, the sky after thunder still carries distant wonders. Every scar beneath the blue paints another shade of truth. I don't turn away when the gray clouds choose to stay, 'cause every storm that pulled me through left behind a clearer view. And somewhere beneath the quiet dawn, I think my fear is finally gone. The pale light spills across the sea in trembling shades of silver green. The shoreline waits beneath the dawn like something broken holding on. The wind moves softly through the grass, no fear of letting moments pass. And every whisper through the air feels like a prayer reaching somewhere. I used to think that healing meant never feeling brokenness again, but even rivers stained by rain still carry beauty all the same. And the sky opens slowly after nights so cold and lonely. Every scar beneath the blue turns into another view. I don't need to run from who I'm becoming now. Maybe peace is learning how to stay gentle somehow. mountains fade beneath the mist, still standing where the storm clouds kiss. No bitterness within the stone, just time teaching how to hold. The forest breeze beneath the rain, awakening the roots again. And somewhere in that quiet sound, I feel my heart settle down. I don't know where this road will lead, or what tomorrow has to mean, but the stars still lead their light even after leaving night. Maybe every storm I feared was slowly clearing out the air inside me. Maybe every lonely wound was creating room enough to finally breathe. On the shoreline after waves still reshaped by what remains but living. And the hardest thing to trust is healing often feels like forgiving. The sky opens slowly, still the dawn arrives before me. Every wound beneath my skin lets a little sunlight in. I don't turn away when the gray clouds choose to stay, 'cause every storm that led me through left the heavens deeper blue. And somewhere beneath the waking skies, I think my soul has realized it survived. The pale horizon wakes the sea in shades of quiet silver green. The morning air is cold and thin, like the space between where I've been. The waves erase the midnight shore, but still come back forevermore. And every pool beneath the blue feels like my heart learning to move. I used to think that letting heal, but never hurting, never feeling. But even cliffs shaped down by storms still stand beneath the changing world. And the tide still returns after every place is burned. Every scar beneath the foam still finds its way back home. I don't need to hide from the shifting seas inside. Maybe peace is not a place, maybe it's learning to embrace. The forest breathes beneath the rain without resisting every change. The roots hold deep inside the earth, trusting seasons know their worth. The stars appear before the dawn, even when the night feels long. And somewhere in their distant fire, I feel my soul climbing higher. I don't know what waits for me past this fragile clarity, but the rivers reach the sea without demanding certainty. Maybe every storm I feared was teaching me the sky stays clear somewhere beyond it. Maybe every broken part was only making room inside my heart for something honest. I'm a shoreline after flood, still carrying traces of the mud. But living in the hardest thing to trust is healing sometimes looks like simply continuing. Yeah, the tide still returns, and the morning still burns. Every wound beneath my skin feels softer than it once had been. breathe. The morning mist across the bay blurs the line from night to day, like every thought I couldn't name, slowly shifting all the same. The tide retreats then rolls ashore, never fearing what came before. And I wonder if the heart was built to break and still restart. I spent years chasing clearer skies, trying to outrun the darker nights. But every storm I tried to flee still found its way inside of me. Yet the horizon waits beyond the winds and waves. Every road that disappears still leads somewhere from here. I don't need to know everything below. Maybe faith is simply trust in moving even when it's rough. The cedar trees endure the snow, holding strength they never show. Quiet roots beneath the ground, keeping life when none is found. The stars appear one after one, long after the setting sun, like tiny proofs within the dark, that endings don't erase the spark. I don't know who I'll become after all the things I've run from, but the rivers never stay, frozen by the fear of change. Maybe every fading light was teaching me the night could pass. Maybe every lonely road was slowly leading me back home at last. I'm a sky before the dawn, still carrying the night along, but changing. And the hardest thing to see is maybe life was never asking me to stop aching. Yeah, the horizon waits past the fear and pain. Every scar I carry now feels lighter somehow. I don't turn away when the cold winds stay, 'cause every storm that pulled me through left my spirit stronger too. And somewhere beyond the endless blue, I think the world is calling me anew. Early mist rose through the pines, like quiet thoughts between the lines. The valley sleeps beneath the gray, yet somewhere light is on its way. The creek break runs cold across the stone, never fearing where it's going, and every turn it leaves behind feels like a mirror to my mind. I used to think the hurting stayed, like shadows never truly fade, but even night must slowly bend when morning reaches through again. And the dawn still finds the valley after every storm passes gently. Every field once left in frost still remembers what it lost. I don't need to know how every wound will heal and grow. Maybe life is simply this, learning beauty can exist in ache. The rain falls soft on open ground, no fear of making any sound, and wildflowers lean toward the sky without asking the reason why. The mountains carry snow and scars, still reflecting every star. And maybe strength was never meant to mean a heart without dents. I don't know who I'll become after all the roads I've run, but the rivers reach the sea without demanding certainty. And maybe every winter breeze was clearing space inside of me for springtime. Maybe every lonely night was guiding me toward a quieter kind of light. I'm a forest after fire, still carrying smoke but climbing higher now. And the hardest thing to trust is healing often happens without a sound. Yeah, the dawn still finds the valley, even when the sky hangs heavy. Every scar beneath my skin lets another sunrise in. I don't turn away when the cold winds choose to stay, 'cause every storm that led me through left behind another view. And somewhere beneath the waking sky, I think my heart has learned to try. The sunset falls through cedar leaves and scatter gold and quiet peace. The forest breathes a gentle sound, like something lost is being found. The river catches fading fire, reflecting all the sky's desires, and every shimmer on the waves feels like a part of me still saved. I used to think I had to hide every fear I kept inside, like darkness only grew and seen, instead of loosening its grip on me. But the light between the trees still reaches even through the leaves. Every shadow on the ground only makes the glow stand out. I don't need to know why every cold wind blows. Maybe life is learning how to stay soft beneath the clouds. into the dusk, still unmoved by fear or rust. And somewhere in their quiet height, I feel my spirit trying to rise. The rain begins in silver threads, falling softly overhead, not to drown the earth below, awake the sleeping roots to grow. I don't know what waits for me beyond this fragile clarity, but the stars still fill the sky without demanding reasons why. Maybe every road I feared was slowly leading somewhere real. Alone. Maybe every lonely night was teaching me the morning light would come. I'm a field beneath the frost, still carrying what I lost, but changing. And the hardest thing to see is maybe healing was happening while I was aching. Yeah, the light between the trees still falls on everything equally. Every scar beneath my skin lets a little brightness in. I don't turn away when the rain decides to stay, 'cause every storm that passed me by left another color in the sky. And somewhere beneath the endless green, I think I finally learned to breathe. The moonlight drifts across the lake like promises we couldn't make, silver trembling on the waves like fragile hearts too scared to break. The wind moves softly through the reeds, carrying unfinished dreams, and every whisper in the dark feels like a map back to my heart. I used to think that being strong meant holding every feeling down, but even rivers overflow and they've carried too much alone. And the moon above the water still shines through every disorder, every shadow on the sea doesn't steal its clarity. I don't need to hide from the turning of the tide. Maybe healing starts within the places we've never been. The storm clouds gather thick and slow, yet somewhere flowers still grow, breaking through the hardened ground without a fear of being found. The mountains fade into the mist, but never question they exist. And maybe I've spent too much time doubting every part of mine. I don't know where this road will end, or if the sky still glows a little softer. Every wound I try to hide now drifts out with the tide. I don't turn away when the night decides to stay, 'cause every storm I wandered through left the sky a deeper blue. And somewhere beneath the quiet waves, I think my soul has learned to stay. The broken clouds begin to part as sunlight spills across the dark. Soft gold resting on the ground, like peace returning without sound. The river glows beneath the haze, still moving through the changing days. And every current drifting slow feels like a truth I'm learning to know. I used to fear the storms would stay, like all the light had gone away. But even nights that feel too long still loosen when the dawn comes on. And the morning after the storm feels quieter but warm. Every scar beneath the rain looks softer in the light again. I don't need to hide from the oceans in my mind. Maybe healing starts when we stop fighting every memory. The pine trees sway beneath the breeze without demanding certainty. They simply stand through every change and let the seasons rearrange. The mountains wear the snow with grace, no shame within the marks they trace. And maybe hearts are meant to bend again and again and again. I don't know what waits ahead past the echoes in my chest, but the stars still cross the blue. Even after breaking through, maybe every storm I faced was slowly teaching me that pain can pass through. Maybe every shattered dream still carried seeds of something new breaking loose. I'm a valley after flood, still carrying traces of the mud, but breathing. And the hardest thing to trust is healing sometimes feels like grieving. Yeah, the morning after the storm feels fragile but reborn. Every wound beneath my skin lets another sun rise in. I don't turn away when the gray skies choose to stay, 'cause every storm that led me through left the world a clearer blue. And somewhere beneath the waking light, I think my soul is learning to be alright. ocean hums beneath the dark, like an old song inside my heart. The lantern glow along the pier feels distant, soft, but somehow near, like hope returning quietly to places left inside of me. I used to hold my breath through pain, like stillness could outrun the rain. But every cloud I locked away only grew heavier with age. And the ocean never holds the tide, still it lets the waves arrive. Every rise and every fall is part of being whole at all. I don't need to hide from the changing of my mind. Maybe healing comes in waves, not all at once, but day by day. Cliffs are shaped by years of storms, yet somehow still they stand reborn. Not untouched, not free from scars, but stronger for the marks they carved. The seabirds vanish with the wind, then circle back to shore again. And maybe hearts are made that way, to lose themselves, then find their place. I don't know what tomorrow means, or what waits beyond these dreams, but the stars still cross the sea without needing certainty. Maybe every restless night was teaching me the dark and light can coexist. Maybe every shattered piece was never asking me for perfection, just acceptance. On the coastline after rain, still echoing with certain pains, but clearer. And the hardest thing to learn is some wounds don't disappear, you just grow gentler with them. Yeah, the ocean never holds the tide, still it opens wide. Every fear I try to drown comes and goes somehow. I don't turn away when the gray skies choose to stay, 'cause every storm that carried me through left the horizon brighter too. And somewhere beneath the endless waves, I think my soul